You know, I'm a consummate insider. I grew up at Microsoft, is how I look at it. And having grown up there, I felt that there were things that we got right and there were things that we got wrong. And it is important for us to learn from the things that we got right in the past, because I'm a product of the company that Bill and Steve built. And I wanted to rediscover. That's why I sort of talk about, even though there was this issues we had, but I wanted to rediscover what made us great in the first place and get that back.
Why do you think companies lose their way? Why do you think they've got thousands of people, any one of whom can say, actually, we're losing our way here? But you are suggesting it is endemic, it is inevitable that you will lose your way.
Look, here's the thing that I write a lot about, which is, because that's even the purpose of trying to even reflect in this. This is not about, right, well, we've achieved anything or we've reached a destination. While in the fog of war, of change, how does it feel? The thing that at least I've discovered, or at least I recognize, is this amazing virtuous cycle one creates between the product or the concept that, first of all, made you successful, your capability and your culture, right? They reinforce each other. But except the challenge is, at some point, the product that initially drove your success runs out of gas. You need new capability, and your culture needs to cultivate it long before its conventional wisdom.
Do you have to have a crisis to get to that point?
One of the greatest things that I've learned in observing our own history of 43 years, right? I mean, think about it. Microsoft has had existential competitors who were threatening us in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, and now. They're all different, and yet we were the constant. Why did we and how did we achieve that? The only way we were able to achieve that was we were, in fact, able to hit refresh. Some we got it right, some we missed. But we were constantly pushing.
But the size of the company now, as you try and hit refresh, you're now facing inertia, you're facing opposition, you're facing the sclerotic nature of any company.
Well, the job of leaders and job of anyone in the company is to understand that systems challenge, which is to say, well, you know what? The thing that is successful today is not going to be the thing that's going to make us succeed tomorrow. And are we pushing on the status quo? And by the way, it's easy to say, like you and I can sit here and talk about change as if it's the easiest thing. And we know that it's the hardest thing for humans as individuals, and institutions or organizations are built of humans. So therefore, it's hard for us as organizations and societies, by the way.
You have to write in the book about a lot of the personal stuff of your family. Most people, most CEOs run in the opposite direction, but you obviously talk about your children and the difficulties there. And you do so with a pride, obviously, at your family, but you don't shy away from it.
Where does one learn about hitting refresh the most? It's life's experience. Where does one get the courage even to lead at work? It's through life's experience. And I felt that I needed to, in fact, do that uncomfortable thing of writing about my own personal life and the moments that have shaped me and who I am at work and how I lead.
You say in the book that you are betting the company on three things, particularly AI, artificial intelligence, but also mixed reality and quantum computing. If you are wrong, history will not be kind.
That's, in fact, I do right, which is anybody who sort of claims that we were going to forecast technology, don't trust them. So it's not that I write these as three major technology trends. The real thing is, what does Microsoft do with these technology trends that's unique? But talking about these three trends, I absolutely believe the ultimate computing experience is something that's going to be right in front of your eyes, where you can mix what is now in the analog world and the digital world.
I don't want to take you into the Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk view, because you're quite clear you believe AI is a force for good. But let's take the drone that can decide if it's going to kill on its own. The drone's algorithm has been set. That is a very tricky issue that society has not yet come to grips with.
These runaway optimizations are hard, because one of the things that I've learned, for example, is human beings actually have this one amazing quality, which is we don't optimize, we satisfy. There's this great economist and an AI pioneer called Herbert Simon who sort of said that. And so for us to have algorithms that learn and then they become optimizers could be very dangerous. So the key for us is to be able to make sure that the AI we create, first of all, has a set of design principles. I think about them as before. There will be even a moral philosopher of our time who will give us the capability to ground our AI on a set of principles. But until that, let us in fact make choices that empower people, because it's in our hands. Let's not abdicate.